Welcome to my daily news on stimulus updates for August 31st. Like, share and subscribe to my channel for more daily video. Americans have been waiting for second stimulus checks since the first one was mailed out couple months ago, but the Republican and the Democrat haven't came into agreement in the time in which many unemployed Americans need help. Here's the lately news on stimulus. On Monday, White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows pointed the finger at House Speaker Nancy Pelosi as the reason why Americans haven't received a second stimulus check as part of a federally funded coronavirus aid package. She puts forth a number, suggests that she came down, and yet she's willing to turn down $1.3 trillion of help that goes to the American people because she would rather them have nothing than to give way on what her fantasy might be, said Meadows. During a Sunday interview with NBC's Meet the Press, Meadows referred to the fact that Pelosi said Democrats would be willing to meet halfway, at $2.2 trillion, a slight reduction from her last proposal before talks collapsed in early August. The White House initially offered a $1 trillion deal. The $1.3 trillion package would also include funding for schools, childcare and hospitals at levels Pelosi would agree with, Meadows added. The problem right now, both sides are about $1 trillion away from each other. We have said again and again that we are willing to meet them in the middle, $2.2 trillion. When they're willing to do that, we'll be willing to discuss the particulars, Pelosi told reporters last week at the Capitol. When the two sides couldn't agree to terms earlier this month on a wide-ranging package expected to include $1,200 stimulus checks, Trump took actions into his own hands, issuing 4 executive orders designed to give temporary reprieve, offering $300 in jobless benefits and some other aid. Second stimulus checks, where we stand as August ends. Those executive orders did not include many things Democrats were pushing for, including money for cash-strapped states, housing and jobless assistance, to help schools reopen and to conduct more widespread virus testing. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell acknowledged last week that talks are in a stalemate. However, he remained hopeful for a deal. "We need another one. The country needs another one," he said during a visit to a hospital in Pikeville, Kentucky. Congress is on recess until after Labor Day, and it appears unlikely lawmakers will be recalled to Washington unless there is a deal ready for voting. Talks are nowhere near resolution and in fact, broadening to include Postal Service funds before the November election. Also, a need for new disaster aid is expected with the Gulf state hurricanes and California wildfires. Second stimulus checks, White House, lawmakers still pushing for direct payments. The idea of a second round of $1,200 stimulus checks has bipartisan support, with Trump even saying the amount could go higher. "I'd like to see it be very high because I love the people. I want the people to get it, you know. The economy is going to come back," Trump said during a July visit to West Texas. "We saved millions of lives, but now we're bringing the economy back. We gotta take care of the people in the meantime." Last weekend, House lawmakers appeared hopeful negotiators could agree to terms that included an additional check. Naturally, each side pointed at their political adversaries as the cause of the issue. Thanks for watching and don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Have a wonderful day. My job is to keep fighting to make sure that the next package of COVID relief comes to happen, said Representative Lou Correa, a Democrat serving the area around Anaheim, California. "It's been frustrating for me to watch this unfold as it has," said Democratic Representative Joe Cunningham of South Carolina. "I would encourage everyone to remain at the negotiating table, and hammer out a deal recognizing that not everyone is going to get everything they want. Do not let perfect be the enemy of good." While some Republican lawmakers want to wait and see how money set aside in the previous aid package is utilized, others agree it's time to re-examine the idea of additional relief. "I believe it's important to look at things we can do to stimulate the economy with things like stimulus checks, but also making sure that we are not continuing to add trillions of dollars of debt that will have to be paid by our children and grandchildren," said Representative Michael Guest of Mississippi. The Republican, who won his seat in 2018 as a Trump supporter,